Hello, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Live. We're just going to wait a couple of minutes for people to pop in. Then we will start the presentation. Hello, everybody. We will just be waiting a few minutes to start the presentation. Look forward to having you here. The presentation is scheduled to start at 2, so I'm looking forward to sharing this information with you. We will be able to have leave questions and comments, ask any questions, chat, pop them in the chat if you can, and I will answer them when available. This is also being streamed live on YouTube, so go YouTube. I'm such a dork. Hey, that's a better lighting situation, I think. So how's everybody doing out there? I'm excited to be here. I'm not as technologically savvy as I thought I was. So I keep on making silly mistakes. And yeah, so hopefully the next half hour or so, there will be minimal silly mistakes. And I am excited to have you guys here with me. This is coffee. It's very tasty. I put in a little caramel shot. So let's get started. Welcome to Funny Shrink University. This is a university online program that is going to change the way we practice in healthcare. My goal is to bring a little more humor into the lives of people who struggle with physical and mental ailments. And why I do that, a little bit about myself. I am a licensed clinical social worker and a stand-up comedian. I've done both for a very long time. And during this pandemic, I thought, oh, let me see about tackling something I've always wanted to do, which is to bring humor and healthcare together so that people can start to heal faster and do better than they have in the past. And that is my goal. And I've been doing this for years, folks. So it was just jotting down all my stuff on paper and pen and PowerPoint presentation and getting started. So let's go through it, and I will show you everything. Well, not everything I have, but I'll show you a lot of what I have, and I'll answer any questions you may have, and I'll give you some examples. So here we go. Take it away, Bob. Who's Bob? I don't know Bob. Funny Shrink University, Laughter, Humor, and Trauma, the Laughter Break Method. This is a method I'm going to share with you today that I came up with years ago, where a lot of times I work with people with severe trauma histories. A lot of people who have been raped and abused, and we want to really help them utilize everything they have to get better. And so, what I've noticed in my work is that when a person is talking about their trauma, they can sometimes begin to shut down or decompensate. And what that does is it stops them from really getting the most out of their therapy session or their medical appointment because they're stuck in this place of fear and regret. And my goal is to help them through that. And how I do that is I will take a step back from what we're talking about. I'll engage them in a light conversation and I will be lighthearted, and hopefully the person will move away from their experience and experience joy or humor or laughter. And I will see the blood rush back into their face. I'll see them lighten up. I'll see their body be less tense. And then I will know it is okay to go right back into the point where we were. So I resume the conversation and start talking about what they've been going through to help them move through and talk about their abuse in a way where they're able to talk about it better. So most people think about humor, using humor during the engagement phase of treatment. That's a great way to develop rapport, get through to a person who is hard to reach. That's a great way to connect with your patients, your clients. But really, using humor as a therapeutic skill will help the provider much better and will give them much more accountability to get the job done, to use humor, to really make a difference and help that person heal better, if that makes sense. Now, what I want you to do here is think of a situation where you were working with a client who was spiraling or decompensating. How did you handle that? Did you dive deeper into the work? Did they shut down? Did they experience symptoms that were really hard to maintain or deal with? And if you look back on this, what could you have done differently? What could you have, would you have handled it differently? Could you have helped them ground by using humor in your work? And that's a really important technique I want you to think of. We're in trauma work, we're trying to use humor as a grounding tool. When I've worked with people in the past, they have actually said that breathing techniques can remind them of traumatic experiences like being choked. I actually had one young woman share that with me, that my grounding techniques of deep breaths actually helped make her feel like she was being choked. So I thought, oh, can't use this one. So that is a perfect example of how using humor in a session could help them ground. What might that look like, you wonder? That might look like saying to someone, so how was your day? Tell me about it. Like, we're going to take a moment to move away from this for just a minute or two. I want to know how you've been. Did you do anything fun over the weekend? And you get them engaged in a conversation where they're able to get some distance from the emotional experience they were in. And in so doing, you create a sense of resonance with them where they can feel heard, listened to, understood, And when you feel like you have an opportunity, you go right back into that work. It can be very, very powerful if you use it in that way. And using techniques like these, humor techniques, using these techniques are not funny, they are necessary. I believe that. You might think no one's using humor in trauma therapy. I challenge that belief because I think the most innovative therapists and counselors I know have learned how to incorporate humor into their work to help the clients feel not so alone. These are skills and techniques that are proven to work. I've seen it, and I know how powerful it can be for the patient and the provider. So that's why I've taken all these strategies, tools, resources, and scientific data. There is a lot of scientific data, you guys. It's crazy. Come on board. Watch me try to say a couple of words. You will crack up. EEG, pronouncing it out is really difficult. If you don't believe me, try it. The word is listed in Funny Shrink University, Module 1, Course 1. Like I said, there is a lot of scientific data. And because of all this, I created an innovative and educational program that will help you take your clients to the next level in their healing work. Funny Shrink University, or FSU as it's abbreviated right there, will not only provide you with practical ways to implement humor, but you will have a built-in support system to utilize and track the validity of these interventions. What is that support system? What is that built-in support system? Well, that is me. That is my team. Those are people. You can send me questions through email or the dashboard that is created on the online university. There will be a way for you to connect with other members. You'll be able to try out these techniques with people in the program who are going through this work same as you, and you'll be able to try it out with them, and it will be amazing, you guys. So how are we doing? I see a couple of people are watching. Does anybody have any questions? I will keep on checking back to see if there are any questions. So let's talk a little bit about what happens when we use humor. What happens when we use humor is we're able to see and understand things in a completely different way. We are able to look at our own interactions, our own reactions, and modulate them. And we help not only the patient, but we also help ourselves. Because let's face it, doing trauma work, doing therapy, being a doctor, being a nurse, being a physical therapist, this is hard work. We're dealing with patients' pains every day. And if we can help lessen their pain while also making them laugh, we not only help them, but we also help ourselves. I built a career as a stand-up comedian, making other people laugh. And I can tell you that making other people laugh and feel better helped me immensely. I felt better about myself. They felt better about themselves. And I think it will help you feel more comfortable and confident as a provider by using that type of humor. In addition to covering topics like trauma, PTSD, borderline personality disorder, we will also discuss strategic ways to identify your own concerns and the moment. How we do that is by diving into your thoughts, your concerns, and your fears about what it means to be a funny, like my quotes, funny provider. I know that it's scary for a lot of you to embrace this new idea of being more relational in your work. It may not be scary for everyone. And I also want to challenge those who think it's scary to look at it as exciting. This is an opportunity to do something different. And we all know as providers, we want to make a difference. We want to be on the cutting edge, and this will put you on the cutting edge. So, what do you get as an elite member? When you enroll as an elite member, elite student, you gain access to all the modules, plus monthly comedy clinics where we discuss your cases in a supervision style, Q&As where you get to ask questions that will help you perfect your clinical funny bone, and you'll get additional support and resources to help you on your path. So, what do you need to do right now? What you need to do right now is go on to funnyshrinkuniversity.com and enroll today. I'll provide the link, but I've provided the link below. In the top tab, click admissions. I've given you several options to choose from. So head to funnyshrinkuniversity.com right now, choose the monthly enrollment, or choose the annual tuition price, which is discounted until May 31st of 2021. Thank you so much for joining me on this short webinar. If you have any questions, please send me a message or comment in the video below. Otherwise, I'll see you at Funny Shrink University. Bye, everyone. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this.